Hi everyone, and welcome to My Community on Afrocentric Television channel 15.8. This is a show that revolves around the African community in Texas and by extension, United States. My name is Kola, and today we will be talking about our past events and stuff that has happened in the last few weeks because it is very significant now that in the United States especially, and I don't know what the perception is all over the world about this immigration issue. It's a tough one, and a lot of people have been affected, not just Africans, but even the Hispanic community, the Islamic community, and Africans in general. Everyone is just being affected right now. Even the Europeans are being affected, because I learned about a gentleman that had been here for over almost 17 years, and he got married. He overstayed his visa, of course, and he got married to a United States citizen, had children, who has been married for about 12 years. But all of a sudden, in the last few weeks, he's been facing deportation, and it's just not something that people want to hear. You can imagine the father. You're telling he's from Ireland, I believe. You're sending him away to his country. What happens to his wife, who is an American citizen, and his two children that are American citizens? So I mean, he's not dead. Why making her a widow all of a sudden? And several other issues. I learned about a gentleman that has a case in a court, but has been given the order to be deported to his home country. That happens to be an African country, and it was, a lot of things has just been happening, and it's not sitting well. So that was why we came. We knew that was coming because it was heard on Twitter by our president that he's going to announce that ICE is going to be doing some raids in some major cities, and Houston happens to be one of the major cities. Chicago, New York, Baltimore, and a host of other cities like that all over the United States, about 10 major ones, however. But Houston is most affected from our perspective. And that being said, we brought some attorneys and some policymakers to just come to the studio and, enlighten our viewers on the issues that are going on around us, and what they should know and understand their rights, what they should do and what they shouldn't do in case an ICE officer, that's Immigration and Custom Enforcement officer, comes knocking on their door. Don't lie to them. Don't panic. Don't say anything negative. You have to just make sure you confirm that the order they have a signature of a judge on it, that they can. And the beautiful thing, one of the major things I learned on that episode was that in Harris County, as long as you're within Harris County, you are within your rights, and immigration or whatever cannot just stop you on the road and ask you for your status. Or the police officers rather cannot do that, and hopefully very soon we'll be able to bring to the studio or go to their office to talk to them about what the city is doing in regards to this situation all over Houston. I will be going to our Chief of Police, Art Acevedo, and also hopefully we'll be talking to the mayor of Houston also, and how they plan to help us help one another within the Houston community. One of the other things that happened also in the past few weeks is the Igbofest. It was a very vibrant event, a very, very colorful event. It portrays our culture as Nigerians, the tradition. It shows that we have not even forgotten where we came from, and where we are today is just a stepping stone to where we are going in the nearest future. Houston, we are taking over as African. I'm just playing, but we are doing tremendously well in our community here in the United States. I remember two gentlemen that came over also. They are siblings, Ayo and his brother. They are the owners of Piece by Piece. Piece by Piece, what they do is they give a platform to other upcoming artists. They are artists themselves. But they give a platform to other Africans that wants to elevate themselves, that want to sharpen their skills, so as to showcase them to the world and, you know, give them an exposure. And I thought that was wonderful of this young gentleman. And also they do a lot of givebacks to the Texas Children's Hospital, because when he had autism, that hospital was one of the very best hospitals that took care of him and gave him the enablement, you know, through God, to be able to do so many things that he was able to do today. And one of the last things I want to touch on before we even leave is the movie premiere that just happened recently. Is a movie that showcased the life of Two-Face Idibia, Two Baba we call him. It's the title of the movie is The Power of One. You know, was a struggle about, you know how you can have a voice, you know, being an artist and also being an activist at the same time. You know, he was able to confront the government and point them out to what they're doing wrong and everything. And this almost led to him being dead, almost, literally. So there was a movie about it. I think it's something you all need to see. You know, the premiere was awesome. Everybody spoke well of it, and you can get a glimpse of it on our YouTube channel. If you miss it on our TV channel, you can get a glimpse of it on our YouTube channel, Afrocentric Television. That is Afrocentric with a K Television. You know, that's on YouTube, and it would be nice to follow us. But in the meantime, stay tuned.
Welcome back to the Entertainment Report here on My Community. My name is Fauzi Aminu, your favorite chocolate drop, and you already know what time it is, okay? It is another week, so I am here to tell you what went down, where you need to be, and the top 3 songs you need to be listening to. And if this is your first time joining me, welcome to the Entertainment Report. Don't be a stranger. So I had heard some tea some weeks back about some of my favorite Afrobeat artists working on music with Beyonce, but I couldn't say anything because, well, I mean, I don't want no smoke from the beehive, and definitely I don't want no legal issues. Well, the tea is out, and it is more exciting than I even anticipated. Beyonce's Lion King inspired album, Beyonce Presents The Lion King, has tracks featuring some of our very own people, like Techno, Yemi Alade, Mr. Easy, Burna Boy, Tiwa Savage, Moonchild, and of course, Starboy Wizkid. I've been saying this since. What a time to be African. The album drops on July 19th, and I cannot wait to hear what they have for us. You guys, Ubi Franklin's name has come up again, and you guessed right, there's a baby involved. Daddy Freeze recently did an interview with Ubi Franklin, and the topic of former Big Brother Naija housemate T-Boss's pregnancy came up. The thing that stuck out to me the most about the entire interview, honestly, is the fact that Ubi claims that he does not sleep with his employees, and the narrative of bosses sleeping with their staff needs to be stopped.
We need to correct this perception where if you are working with a girl, they believe that you are doing something with a girl.
Now, I was just a little confused because this is coming from a man who recently had a baby boy from his former employee, Nicola Sio. Anyways, congratulations to T-Boss, and I wish you a safe delivery. I'm sure she wasn't even trying to be in any of this situation, but here she is anyways. Moving on, I want to urge everybody in Nigeria to be careful during this period. I have been seeing a lot of stuff on the internet regarding killings by the herdsmen, kidnappings, robberies, and things of that nature, and it's been really, really scary even looking from here. The insecurities of Nigeria are continuously increasing, and this is just a time where we just need to just shine our eye if we're really just being real. Don't go anywhere without telling people where you'll be. Share your location with a trusted friend or family member at all times. Confirm your Uber cards. Confirm the drivers too. You really can never be too safe. I pray things get better sooner rather than later because I don't want it to be too late. Just to lighten the mood a bit, there's a new challenge in circulation right now, and it was made popular by Falz the Bad Guy. It's been coined as the H Factor Challenge. Basically, you have to say, can her hair earn her an A, quickly 5 times, without your natural H Factor destroying your mouth.
Can her hair and her and hey? Can her hair and her wow. Can her hair and yeah. Can her hair and her and hey? Ooh, Jesus. Can her hair and her and a? No, that's too slow. Can her hair Can her and hey. Good. Can her and a. Can her and a. Can her hair.
Some of your faves have participated in this challenge. And I too want to join in on the fun because this is just too funny. So here's my try. Can her hair earn her an A? Can her hair earn her an A? Can her hair earn her an A? Okay, wait. Can her hair earn her an A? 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 Guys, I promise it's not as easy as it seems, but you know when you just got it like me. I did not get it. I'm just joking. But remember, guys, you too can join in on the conversation by using the hashtag Entertainment Report across all social media. And of course, tag me in your post so I can see it. I want to know what you guys have to say, and I definitely want to see your own H Factor challenge. Don't be laughing at me and I won't see your own. Moving on to upcoming events. Houston, Rikasani is coming to town this Saturday, July 20th at the Ava Center, and it's going to be a mind-blowing event. I'm excited to see Bills, Anjoli, and Tsen to do their thing, and ultimately I'm ready to have a good time. It's not too late to get tickets. They're available at www.rikasani.com or at www.takeri.com. Or if you want to get them in person, you can get them at Wani Kitchen, Houston, Texas. Abuja, this one is for you guys. The wave is coming to your city. The Capital Block Party is on Sunday, July 21st. And if you've heard anything about the previous editions, you definitely do not want to miss this event. They've got an experience lined up for you guys with amazing talents, including Pretty Boy T.O., Tomi Obanure, Terry Akbala, Ajabutter 22, Budge, and Psycho YP. These are just some of the people that they have performing. It's going to be at the BMT Gardens in Wuse 2, and you can still get tickets online at www.capitalblockparty.com. It's going to be lit. Don't say I didn't tell you. I'm going to bring it back to Houston real quick. The next place you need to be at is the African Teddy Bear Comedy Show on July 26th at the Firehouse Saloon. OTY has invited some of his super blown friends to come and entertain you guys. Chief OB is getting flued in. African Ace is going to pull up, and Ophili Designs will be in the building. There will be music from Houston's very own people, Sammy Juice and Bills. And DJ Woske will be giving us bedu on the wheels of steel, okay? You guys can get tickets online at Eventbrite, or you can get them in person at any of the Wazobia locations. And you guys can find out more about any of these events that I have told you about at www.fauziaminu.com/events. On the top 3 songs you need to be adding to your playlist if you haven't already by now, we have Shoton by Tiwa Savage and Zlatan Ibile. You guys, first of all, Tiwa Savage is just too much, and I'm not just saying that. Watch the video and argue with yourself because I don't want to hear it. No Tiwa Savage slander is allowed around here. Next up, I've got Same You by Terry. It was produced by Hit Sound, and I'm guessing he hasn't really settled his discrepancy with SARS since it wasn't SARS that produced it, but is a jam nonetheless. Stream his song so that he can pay SARS. No, I'm just joking. I'm really just kidding, guys. This song is actually nice. Go check it out. Last but not least, and you already know it's not my least favorite of the 3, is Ofege by Maestro. I like this song a lot, but it just has me wondering how my sister has her name in a song before me. I just don't get it. I'm tired. Just kidding, guys. But remember, if you're looking for where to find these songs, go to www.fauziaminu.com/top 3. There's a playlist on there with all the top 3 songs I've ever put you guys onto. And that's all I got for you guys this week. I know you guys are going to miss me because my gist is always sweet. But come back next week because I can't give you all the gist at once. Once again, my name is Fauzi Aminu, and this is the Entertainment Report on My Community. See you guys next time.
Hey sport fans, welcome to another segment of My Community Sport on, of course, My Community Show, a show that celebrates the greatness and, of course, the achievement of Africans in Houston, Texas area, and by extension, the entire United States. My name is yours truly, Bayonle Arashi. I'm always excited coming your way every week on the show, bringing you the best, the latest information, highlights, and news regarding the world of sports. Straight to some transfer news today on the show. FC Barcelona have signed Atletico Madrid forward Antoine Griezmann by activating his buyout clause of, wait for it,
120 million euros. That 28-year-old French star signed a 5-year contract with the Camp Nou Football Club, FC Barcelona, from now till June 2024. And of course, Barcelona added another buyout clause on his contract of, wait for it again, 800 million euros. 800 million euro buyout clause on Antoine Griezmann. So that means one thing and one thing only, that Antoine Griezmann will probably be ending his career at FC Barcelona. Congratulations to that superstar FC Barcelona forward Antoine Griezmann. I think Barcelona is definitely ready for the new season coming in. And of course, maybe if they're able to get Neymar in addition to Lionel Messi ship. To Lionel Messi, that was going to be a big squad. And of course, they will conquer the entire Europe, hopefully, next season. Real Madrid are also doing the same thing, buying every player possible. Straight to another transfer news. Ajax captain Matthijs de Ligt has arrived to Turin to complete his £67.5 million move to Serie A champions Juventus. The youngster, the 19-year-old, arrived to Turin yesterday in a private jet. You could see the picture right there. You see that man behind him looking at the young star like, hey, look at this young man with the world at his feet. Congratulations to Matthijs de Ligt as well, the Ajax captain, just 19-year-old. Wow, that guy has many years ahead of him to play the beautiful game. And of course, remember, he was the captain that captained Ajax to the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League last season. Definitely, he's going to be a big addition to the Juventus squad. Many people are already saying Cristiano Ronaldo was the agent behind that move, because if you remember that game after Juventus were knocked out by Ajax in the Champions League last season, Ronaldo was seen talking to the Ajax captain, talking to his ear and saying, come on, come join us in Turin, come join us in Juventus Football Club. Congratulations to you. Finally, another transfer news I have for you today. Newcastle have signed 59-year-old Steve Bruce as their manager for the next 3 seasons. Steve Bruce is taking the spot left by Rafa Benitez at the stadium right there in Newcastle. Hopefully it's going to be a success. A lot of fans of Newcastle Football Club are not in support of him coming to the club, but of course the owner of the club is Mike Ashley, very dogged man. He doesn't care what anybody has to say. He went ahead and bringing Steve Bruce to Newcastle, and hopefully he will be a success in the English Premier League and wherever they will be competing next season. That's it for transfer news this week on My Community. Straight to Africa Cup of Nations, as it's going to be rounding off this Friday in Egypt. Of course, you know, the champions and the hosts have already been knocked out. Egypt, of course, Morocco also knocked out, but we have one North African country in the final. I will talk about that one later, but first, the semi-final games, very tough one for Nigeria to swallow, but it happened. But Senegal first played the first semi-final of the day versus Tunisia. A very tough game, but there was no goal in that game until 100 minutes. That means the extra time of the game, when Senegal had to score just one goal. And of course, Tunisia also had the opportunity to score their own equalizer, but they couldn't do it. So Sadio Mane and Aliou Cisse, their manager, they will be playing the final come Friday. In the other semi-final, of course, that has to do with Super Eagles of Nigeria versus Algeria. They do not have a very good record against themselves. It's always a fight to finish whenever those two teams finish. And people are already saying the jersey is the reason why Nigeria lost to Algeria. I don't believe in that. I believe if you play your game very well, you always have a way to win. And I also believe the Algerians have better squad than the Super Eagles at this time. Maybe in the next edition of the Africa Cup of Nations, the Super Eagles might actually go all the way to win it. Riyad Mahrez, Manchester City forward, free kick at the death of that game in the 93rd minute actually ended the Super Eagles' hope of reaching another Africa Cup of Nations final. He couldn't save. Daniel Akpeyi could not do anything about that free kick. It went in, and of course, Riyad Mahrez celebrated in a very huge way. The game ended 2 goals to Algeria, 1 to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Odion Ighalo scored 4 goals so far in the Africa Cup of Nations. He's topping that table, and maybe yesterday, during the third place game versus Tunisia, he has done something, because that game was already played yesterday, but I do not have the result as at the time of recording this particular show. Finally on the show, when Algeria and of course Senegal played themselves on Friday in that final of the Africa Cup of Nations, history and another milestone will have been achieved. There will be 2 local African coaches in the finals of the Africa Cup of Nations for only the 5th time in history. It has only happened 4 times before, in 1962, in 1965, in 1978, and of course in 1998, when Egyptian Mahmoud El Gouhari became the first man to win the AFCON as a player. He won it in 1959, and of course as a player, and of course in 1998 he repeated the feat for Egypt by winning it as a coach. The other local coach that has done that as a player and as a coach is our own, late now though, the great big boss Stephen Keshi. He was also one of the only African manager to win the Africa Cup of Nations as a coach and as a player. So congratulations to Aliou Cisse, and of course I'm trying to call the name of the Algerian coach very well, Jamel Belmadi, for making history for Africa. And of course, good luck to both teams on Friday. That's about it for me this week on my sport on my community, so to say. I'll see you guys again next week, God willing. My name is Bayon Rashid. I'll see you again next week. Keep doing sport, and special thanks to my producer, Ayo, for always being there. Bye-bye now, guys.
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today.
at the movie premiere of The Power of One. With me, I have the one and only African Ace. So, tell us what your experience was with the movie.
I mean, it was definitely amazing, man. You know, the cast did an amazing job, the production team, the storyline was very powerful, very inspirational, very motivational. Like, you know, I just want to get out there and make a change too, man. I want to go and do something, you know.
So you feel you don't have, now you can tell people you don't really have to wait for somebody else to do something. You can actually start the movement and push it through.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's the power of one. It takes one person to start the movement and then everybody gets on board.
It takes one person to start the movement and every other person gets on board. Thank you so much. Thanks for having you. Anyway, hi. With me, I have here, of course, Houston's finest, MCPC. So, looking at the movie, you know it was about the life of Two-Face.
Yes.
But what really caught your attention about everything that we saw here today?
The production was good. I still believe, like I said, the revolution can still take place even with the movie. Yeah, it may not have happened exactly how you planned it. One thing I know is that this is still a message that can still go out there and change that country as a whole. So it's a revolutionary material.
It is a revolutionary material. So
Yes.
definitely the message we're trying to pass across is don't wait for somebody else to start something. You can do it.
can start it.
Just like you started your events years ago, and a lot of people
like,
have
what are you
started.
doing? Yeah. If you go on the street, you know, people throw stuff on the ground. If you stop it, you will stop it. It will stop it. Before you know what's happening,
Every
the entire
other
street is
person will
clean.
stop it.
So you don't have to wait for the entire country to start. One person has to, I'll call it hashtag one person at a time.
One person at a time. One
yes.
person at a time.
The power
But for
of
the
one.
purpose of this is the power of one. Thank you so much, MCPC. Of course, Prime here. So, Extreme, tell us the extremities you saw from
The movie.
The movie today.
I will be very honest. I came in towards the end, but I think I'm one of those who wondered, because I was in Nigeria, I live in Nigeria. I was one of those who wondered what exactly happened at that time, because I supported the movement
So you thought it was
online.
right?
No, I didn't think it's
You're one of
right, but
those
I
that
just,
You're
no,
one
I
of
mean,
those
I just,
that
honestly, I was just scared. I got scared. I heard something about the threat where start saying make noise on social media when the day reach you. So I was just one of those people. On a serious note, that's my honest opinion. And then to see that there's actually a backstory to it. Most people don't know that, and I actually said to myself, I feel this movie should have come out earlier, but still, at least it still made an effort to put it out there, and I would definitely go watch it when I get but the return, but I think all in all, I give him thumbs up.
So
Yeah,
pretty
thumbs
much
up.
this is an eye opener for you.
Of
Pretty much
course.
shows that there was
There's
so much.
always
that went
something behind the story. There's always something. There's always a story behind the glory that nobody sees. There's always something behind the picture.
Okay, so to you, Shegun Prime, as a Nigerian American living here, what impression has this movie given you about it?
Unfortunately, just like when we came in together, so we kind of like just saw like the last 5 to 10 minutes of the movie. So we can, for me, it's just seeing what happened, the back end story. It just tells me that there's a lot going on in Nigeria that we are not aware of. And a lot of times, even as Nigerians living in Nigeria and even folks in diaspora, we feed off of what we see on social media a lot. And media as it is could be manipulated one way or the other. So if you don't truly know what's going on behind the scenes, you are quick to take side or just make up your mind based off of what you see on the blogs and whatever we read, right? So for me, I think it's important that before, in a situation like this, if something like this should happen again, before we castigate this individual, before we put them on blast or whatever, let's take time, to look deep.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. With me here is Okwa of Okwa Couture. So, tell me what you loved most about the movie you just watched.
About the movie, it's should I say revolutionary? I'm glad that they brought this movie to Houston. You know, I just wanted the diaspora to see, and the power of one. buy into it, and it's a wonderful cause. It's a cause that definitely will bring about what we expect, what we'll be yearning for as a citizen. So I'm very, very happy, and I thought, even talking about the producer, Tubaba.
Yeah.
He's a wonderful person. I've always been his fan. I love his humility and his music, and I love his person, his humility. So I think this is a good one.
So this is definitely giving you a good impression that the country is coming to a better space.
Sure. Because these are the people, the artists, with their music, with their the position they are in the society. It's going to be easy for them to, bring up people along. People like the kind of person who's going to be really influence a change.
So you heard it. It's a wonderful movie. Go watch it. Yeah, Power of One.
I give it 9 to 5.
9
I don't
to
give
5.
9 to 5.
95%. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, definitely you can see I have longer people here. So, can you guys just share your experience about the movie, what you loved about it, and what you're taking home from it?
Oh, the movie was amazing. Like I didn't realize that event actually happened in Lagos. It was kind of eye-opening to see somebody making such a good impact on the community. I'm so sad that they didn't actually do the protest. The protest should have gone on and sent a positive message to Nigerians.
Oh yeah, the movie was nice, very nice. I was actually in Nigeria when they were supposed to do the protest, and we woke up. I think there was a public holiday that morning. We woke up and they were like, "Oh, it's been cancelled." I was looking forward to it, but well, for safety, I guess that's the reason.
So this is my first time actually hearing about the story, and it was really enlightening to hear about all what they went through. But I feel like the movie was beautifully done, and the story is really inspiring. I hope that this will be a beginning of youthful revolution in the country to make things better and to start the conversation.
So definitely, as Nigerians in diaspora, this is giving you hope, seeing things like this, right?
Oh yeah.
We need more of this. So what's the title of the movie again? The Power of One. Thank you so much.
All right, good evening.
Yeah, so what message, how did you enjoy the movie?
Yeah, I did. Actually, I came in from Nigeria. So I'm actually going back tomorrow, but I just delayed my movement so I can watch the movie and support my Nigerian brothers.
So being a Nigerian living in Nigeria, watching this, how do you feel about the movie?
I feel pretty great. I feel happy that something of this nature can actually be brought to the international audience, so that we can also have a feeling of how we can also help our people out there and preach the message of power of one for all.
So now you're going back to Nigeria tomorrow. What message are you going to take back to the people back at home after seeing this movie?
Most of them at home have also watched it because it has already premiered in Nigeria. So the same message that it's being preached is what preached over there, that we as individuals, we should on our own try and stand out. And when we stand out and people see that we're standing out, they will follow us, and with the power of one, we'll be able to achieve so much.
Thank you so much. So definitely his message is, we as a people, we need to stand out and do things. When they see us doing things, they'll be able to follow. Thank you so much. Okay, with me I have, he looks like a professor. I have Prof B and OT White. So tell the viewers what you're taking home from this movie.
Honestly, just in case I don't make it through this interview, they have choked me.
Wow.
Anyways, it was an amazing movie, production-wise, the cast, the story, just the message, everything about the movie was just on point. Nigeria needs to continue to do stuff like this. This is next generation. I mean, we are really, really proud.
You failed the question. He asked, "What did you take away?" You didn't answer the question.
They give us food. Which take away this right now?
Okay, OT White. What do you take away from this movie?
What I took away from this movie is the power of one. It just takes one to show power.
It takes one to show power. Just like it took me to lose weight, you're going to join me, right? Thank you so much, and I'm glad you all enjoyed this. So definitely the power of one. It takes one person to start something, and it's going to get to the point. Okay? Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with me here Neville, Nevada Bridge, all the way from Atlanta. So I have a question to ask you. Why did you decide to take up on this project?
Because it's a message. It's a movement, you know. There's a message to be passed across to every Nigerian youth, you know. So I saw the film first and I said, you know what, I'm going to bring this film to the diaspora. Let's pass this message across the world. Let's know there's power in unity. That's why I decided to take on the project.
Okay, so which aspect of the movie really caught your attention?
Where you had to do the video, where you had to step down on the process.
Where he had to step down on the process. I mean, that is a very strong one. So we have the lead actor in here. So Alex Okubo, what was the most challenging part of acting Two-Face in the movie?
Every part of it. Just the little boys, you know, from Abia State playing Two-Face at Dibia. I mean, it doesn't get bigger than that. Just every part of it. But luckily I was in the hands of an amazing director, Izuchukwu. We did a fantastic job. Everybody on set made it very easy, from the producers, Mr. Efe Omorigwe, who's Two-Face's manager, Bokwa Media, Helen, everybody. So we had a great time making this. It was pretty tough to understand that people actually went through this. This is someone you know, someone who you look up to, someone who you revere, go through this and have to choose between family, friendship, love, and career and all of that. So just being able to play a tiny part of his life is just a blessing for me and an honor and a privilege.
Okay, so watching the movie, I saw the part where your clothes actually caught fire. Was that part of...
It was real. No, the fire was real.
No, was it a part of it or it just...
It was part of it. It was part of it, you know. The technical crew were beyond amazing. That scene alone took almost like 3-4 hours to set up, to get everything on me, to make sure that the fire wouldn't burn my actual skin. Just amazing. I just felt really honored to be such a part of greatness.
So pretty much the message is be involved, get involved, and make sure you don't have to wait for one person to do stuff. You can start something and it's going to lead to a very wonderful place. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And of course, we have the producer himself here. We call him Tu Baba. So tell us what your vision about the movie was, why you had to go into this, and the message you're trying to pass across to Nigerians.
Well, I think the message is very straightforward, you know. We all have to desire we have to act according to our desire for Nigeria to be what we want it to be. To pass one way, so it's not always, you know, so when you have that moral authority, you'll be able to challenge status quo. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody should build up that moral authority, like, yes, me, I know they follow my way, me, I know they bribe, me, I know they do that. And once that starts happening, it builds up, it becomes, you know, they say one drop of water and they make a hair. So it becomes like that. Many times, many people can't talk because they don't have the moral authority to talk. Some people don't enter jail, don't go follow them in the chop, and if you talk again. You know, so it's a it's a ripple effect thing. Let me just say a couple of months. I don't want to peg it, so let me just say 6 months.
6 months to 1 year.
Let me just say, well, in fact, more living like that.
So should we be expecting more stuff like this from you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the movie aspect of things is very interesting. You know, even though music has been my forte for forever, you know, but I'm definitely going to get involved in a whole lot of movies going forward.
So are we going to be seeing you act in movies?
Definitely, yes.
Definitely. So what's the title of the movie again?
The Power of One.
The Power of One. Thank you very much.
Bless you.
Thank you very much.
You guys have a website, right? You don't have a website? swallow jollof. Please, business owners, make sure people sample your food. Make sure when people sample food here. What's this? Amala of. Hello. Hello. Hi, what's going on here? Hello. How are you? How are you eating your own food? I'm supposed to sample it for you. Madam, come. What business is this? Amala on point. Grain and solid. Then I say, don't cram on before you come here. The best African swallow in Houston. Now, if he says that about, if he vouch for it, you are good. Then,
that's Bosala here, right? That's Bosala, that's the way beside that. That's fine.
See, I will come swallow. I was, Madam, see, I see the book. You get goat meat. You have goat meat. Is that goat meat? What's it? Oríṣiríṣi. Water. Pepper. Water. Bishop and Cook. But the gas station, best swallow in seat. Amala point. Please make sure you come check them out. Spicy though, but nice. I love it. When I say this guy control his eyes closed, he controls his eyes closed. Opinion design. I know you are busy. Just give me book, just like that. We are coloring books. This is one of a kind. Coloring books with African women. I like this. African women with Ankara. Okay. Ophelia, how much is this? $20. Make sure you come support my brother Ophelia. $20 a book. You can call Africa.
Spoil the face. You have spoiled her face.
So $20 will go, right? So if you look at the profile, affiliated.com. Okay. I like this. The African
There's okra in it. We recorded the okra. So this is
Africans by Z. That's in our cherries too. Those handmade cherries. Oh my God, it was so good. I like this. Make sure you guys go check them out. Yeah. They have wigs, brushes, braids, captures, and hair extent. Everything for niggas. Make sure you guys go check them out.
Look here, smile small now. Ophelia. Smile small.
What's up? What we got here? What's the name of the business? Shop. Okay, shop. We have shop la vida.
Welcome back to My Community on Afrocentric Television. I hope you've been enjoying the show so far. I hope you enjoyed this sport segment with Bayonle and also the entertainment with our girl, Fauzi Aminu. Continuing from where I stopped from, you would notice that there was this awesome festival that we just concluded about a week ago or so. Or this past weekend, I'll say. It was this past weekend. Yeah, it was hosted by Clara. It was the best ever, where you have what we call the Pan-African Food Festival. And there was a showcase of not just food, but very many other stuffs coming up, right? We have an allegation, I would say. It wasn't because it wasn't, it wasn't concluded. It was an allegation of rape by Bukola Dakolo and Pastor Fatoyinbo. So we need to bring in an expert to come talk about this issue. Rape is a very serious allegation. So we need to be mindful of, who to judge, who not to judge. And who are we anyway to judge anybody? People are hurting. People are hurting big time, and people need to come up. We need to give them a platform to air their opinion also, to hear from both sides, to hear what had happened, and not to also use your office to dehumanize people. And also, if it was false, not to, say people did what they didn't really do to you just cause. But if it is true, I think, we should just leave it to the laws of the land to take care of it. And only God can judge. And God is so patient. I don't know why. I'm sure if they had asked either of them to use one of these, our handmade gods, justice would have been done. We wouldn't even have go this far. But God is just so merciful. He's so patient with us. And that's why all these things are dragging. We don't know who's telling the truth, but I don't want to get into it. So we will need to bring some experts in to come talk about those issues and possible effects on people, the people that are affected and also the victim. You know, things like that cannot continue in this society, not in this day and age. We need to report stuff like that. But anyway, and there's much more to this, because last week or thereabout, I saw a video of a lady that was just dancing and being happy. You know, she would just, all of a sudden, she just started to lean on a chair, and bam, she just fell and collapsed from there. And there was no way to resuscitate this woman. She, you know, and before they got her to the hospital, she had passed on. You know, we need to be able to administer CPR. And so because of that, we need to bring someone that is an expert to the studio to come help us shed a huge light, you know, to beam that strong light on this and teach us as Africans how we need to prevent these kind of things from happening in the nearest future. So we'll be bringing in a CPR expert, and she's an EMT, that's emergency medical technician expert, to talk to us about. She has a business that does that too, and she's willing to take it on to Nigeria and to other African countries to help educate our people, so we stop dying from this cheap sickness or ailment or disease or whatever it is. Anyway, just teaching us in general to respond to emergencies. Anyway, we also have something coming up. The Egbe Omo Yoruba. It's happening in Baton Rouge in Louisiana. But, you know, there was a flood and a lot of people are affected. So we're not sure if that's going to happen or not, but, you know, we'll see. We'll let y'all know if it's still going to happen. But, you know, it's Egbe Omo Yoruba. Just like we did the Umu Igbo, the Yoruba Unite are doing stuff in Baton Rouge. And it's going to encompass a whole lot of Yoruba people from all over the world, especially the United States, coming on. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this segment like I did. Don't forget to continue to tune in to channel 15.8 Afrocentric Television to support us, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Afrocentric Television. Please follow us on Instagram, and like our page on Facebook at Afrocentric TV. Until next time, I hope you stay positive, stay on top of your game, and make sure you work hard and you have good successes. This is coming to you live from Houston's one and only African channel, no, but it's the main one in Houston, Afrocentric Television, channel 15.8. Until next time, take care.